There we go. Guys, tap the screen. As soon as we get up to 8,000 likes, I will open up the panel. Keep tapping the screen. Keep tapping the screen, sharing the live out, doing all the wonderful things. Guys, the daily gift goal is the high bears. If we can go ahead and knock those out, that'll really help. As soon as we get up to 8,000 likes, I will open up the panel. If you are in the request, hold tight for me just one moment. I promise you, I will open up the panel as soon as we get to 8,000 likes. As soon as we get back to 8,000 likes, I will open up the panel. So please keep tapping the screen. Request up. We're going to do all of those things. Welcome back in, guys. Again, if you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. We are only talking to Trump supporters. This is Sparring with Santana. Sins, I adore you more. I adore you way more than you adore me. DCC, what up over on YouTube? Old Salty, are you a Trump supporter?
No, I am not.
Okay, no worries, friend. I'm going to drop you down. I appreciate it. Guys, tap the screen, share the live up. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. This is Sparring with Santana. 101 debates with Trump supporters. We are back. That's right. We are back. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. Guys, I need you tapping the screen. I need you sharing the live. I need you knocking out the daily gift goal. Let's do all the wonderful things to protect the live, to protect the TikToks, to let them know that we are in the building. We're going to get back into this debate. Z431, are you a Trump supporter?
No, but I did it on purpose. I'm sorry.
No worries. I'm going to drop you down. Guys, keep tapping the screen. Again, only request up if you are a Trump supporter. V, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
V, are you a Trump supporter?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Hey, Alexa, stop. Perfect. And your volume is a little bit low, though. I can hear you, but you're a little. I'm sorry. Say it again.
Is that better?
Yeah. That's better. Thank you so much, guys. Keep tapping the screen. Again, only request up if you are a Trump supporter. If you are not a Trump supporter, get out of the box.
No,
Silver,
I'm a Hitler supporter. All you naggers should go back to Africa.
That was the best he had. That was the best he had. It's people are weird.
He didn't even say the full word.
Well, I mean, he came up to try to get the crash out off, but he couldn't even get it off. Whatever.
He didn't fully commit to it either.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get up to 50,000 likes. Let's get the shares up to 150 shares. V, I'm gonna give you a quick introduction. V. Do you know who I am?
No.
All right, perfect, cool. I'm going to give you an introduction for people that may already know who I am or may not know who I am. I'm still going to give you an introduction, and we're going to go ahead and get it started real quick because there was someone. Okay, never mind, guys. Please remember, do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. If you are not a Trump supporter, get out of the box. But listen, this is for you,
ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this? Guys, this is Sparring with Santana, 101 debates with Trump supporters. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you are someone that supports Donald Jimothy Trump, get in the box. If you are a friendly, keep tapping the screen, share the live, do all the wonderful things to protect the live. I need you guys to be active participants. What that means is I need you tapping the screen. I need you sharing the live. I need you knocking out the daily gift goal. goal, which is the high bears. If we can take care of those, it'll help protect the live. Also, send your daily heart me. If you have not done so, please send that. It only takes 1 coin and you actually join the team, and it helps boost the live, push us out to the FYP, and it protects us. Last but not least, guys, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. So if you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. V, with that being said, you're a Trump supporter. And like, I don't know if anyone's told you this, V, but you guys have the power. V, you not only do you have the power, but you have the burden of wielding said power. You have the responsibility. We have to listen and amplify your voices. I believe that, V. I absolutely believe that. V, with that being said, which one is better? 1933 Germany or 2025 United States of America?
2025 USA.
Oh, you okay. Jess, are you a Trump supporter?
I'm independent, but I did vote for Trump.
Okay, perfect. Hold tight for me 1 second. Well, V, I'm a little bit confused. You said 2025 United States of America. How so, right? Because they all have like the same features, and I'm trying to help me understand this because they both had the the failed coup, the state of emergency, the consolidation of power, the nationalism, the villainization of the news, and both of them have schnazis. We just saw a schnazi come up and do a weak crash out. So they're here. So how did you pick which one was better? I'm a little bit confused.
I would go with that one isn't unaliving 4.87 million people.
Yeah, no. You know that they didn't unalive 4.8 million Jewish people in 1933 either, though, right?
Sure, I guess. What year did they do it then?
I would have to look up the specific year. I think it was like
here. Let me.
30,
then I'll reframe
42.
my answer. Then let me look it up.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Okay, so they didn't do it in 1933. They were going through multiple steps of dehumanizing and removing rights from them.
That exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, VV, you listen. Are you still in my script? Did you get that? They went through dehumanizing people and removing rights. Hey, what's happening to the brown people within the United States already?
Which brown people?
The people from the southern border.
The people who came here illegally. The
people that are completely being dehumanized, and they're stripping away or trying to strip away naturalization. I'm sorry, not naturalization, but trying to strip away birthright citizenship and go through a whole process of quote unquote mass deportation by targeting said people. You don't see the correlation? Hey, what did what did Hitler actually say that he wanted to do before the H cost? Like what did he say he wanted to do?
When he wanted like a ethno state. No, wouldn't that be one of the things he wanted?
Yeah, but he wanted to do mass deportation. It started as mass deportation. He wanted to get them out of the country.
Okay, so one thing you said was you talk about birthright citizenship. Do you not think that that's been abused?
No.
So people who come here illegally and then have a child and then anchor to that child, that you don't think that's an abuse of our system?
Do you want to deport Melania?
I'm not talking about Melania. I'm talking about sense.
But do you want to deport Melania? Because that's what she did. She was in the United States illegally, and she had a child to anchor herself to the country. Listen, the simple fact
she came through a visa.
Yeah, she lied on her visa. She lied on her visa. That's the part. Like the visa shouldn't have been valid. And so it was not she was not here legally because of the lies. But the simple fact of the matter is, if you're asking me personally, no, I don't care about that. I believe in open borders. I believe in people having the opportunity to get here. Yeah, no, I do. I absolutely do. But that's my personal opinion. That just personal. But in the sense of people who are here and they have kids, those kids are United States citizens, right? The simple fact of the matter is those kids are United States citizens, and they should have all the same freedom, access, and liberties as other United States citizens. They were not asked to be born here. They were privileged enough to be born in the United States of America. So that's what it is. But also, with that being said, run this, or do you know this? with mass deportation, what does Donald Trump and Tom Homan want to do with said kids that are separated from their parents?
What do they want to do with those kids?
They want to put them into the adoption system immediately. They want to put them into foster care immediately.
No, they don't. That's false, bud.
Where'd you get that information from?
Cool. Give me 1 second.
Let me
give me 1 second. Yep.
He gave them the option. They can go home with them.
No, you're right. Tom Homan did say that. I'm not saying that he didn't say that they could be deported with them, which again, you're talking about deporting United States citizens. But the policy that's circulating is that if there are kids that are separated, were the ones that are not sent back, then they would actually be placed into the foster care system. But give me 1 second.
Isn't that, well, wouldn't you say, like, when it comes down to, like, let's say a parent who drunk drives or is a negligent parent committing crimes, CPS takes the kids away in the same sense? No?
Or can they be locked up with them?
Yeah, the simple fact of the matter is there are multiple situations as far as what happens when there's kids that quote unquote commit crimes. I'm not kids. I'm sorry. People that commit crimes and they have kids. Like there's a difference between saying, oh, you know, the parents are being locked up and then, you know, they're going to let the kids go with, with other family, or they're going to put them in temporary situations. What this is actually sending those kids into the foster care system, not knowing when they'll ever see their parents again, putting them up for adoption and going through that whole process, which we already know that the foster care system and the adoption system within the United States is broken. I mean, it's broken. People are not taking
benefits down in Florida.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
I was saying that they have some good benefits in Florida.
I hear you. Go ahead, James.
Yeah.
So during the Biden administration, what happened to those? What is it, like 100 or 300,000 kids that went missing?
They didn't go missing.
They all displaced in the foster.
They didn't go missing. Like, I know that's a fun, cool story to actually tell, but they didn't go missing. Right.
Well, there's a lot of stories out there that said they're missing.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stories out there. Did you look up any of those cool stories?
Well, I'm also looking at your stories that you're pulling up that you're talking about. I mean, those are cool stories too.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can substantiate my cool stories, but again, the reason why I asked about your cool story is because they're not quote unquote missing. What happened is there are certain kids that came through the board, and again, it's not just kids, it's people. Period. That's why I said, again, did you look into it? It's people that actually came into the border and they went through the quote unquote right way, which I would love to get into that in a moment, because, people say, oh, we want immigration, but we want it the right way. That's not true either. But there's people that came through, they made contact, they were given an actual court date, and they never returned for their court date. So they weren't, kids that were trafficked or whatever throughout and through the border. No, it's just people that either had kids and people, period, who had court dates and didn't return for their court dates. That's what it is. You can actually look that up and verify it for yourself.
I'm a Latino myself, man, and I know what's going on in our community.
You do? How do you know what's going on?
Man, we know a lot, dude. You'd be surprised.
How do you know what's going on? How can you substantiate the things that's going on?
Let me ask you this.
No, Jess. No. I want you to stay right here with me. I want you to lock in and stay right here with me. How do you know what's going on?
Well, I mean, if you know how the Latino people are, man, we know people that know people that know people that.
So cool. So what it is a trust me, bro situation.
I'm not going to get into detail. But
so it's trust me, bro. So it's trust me, bro.
You can take it like how you want.
I mean, but that's what it is. You're saying trust me, bro. I know.
Yeah, but let me ask you this real quick. Are you for illegal immigrants?
Am I for what?
Are you for illegal immigrants?
Hey, V, do you want to remind Jess what I said about what I think about borders?
Yeah, you're for open borders.
Gotcha. So you're an advocate.
So you're basically
for cheap labor, then.
I'm a what?
An advocate for cheap labor.
No, I'm an advocate for anyone who wants to actually come into the country. Listen, the simple fact of the matter is, if you trek hundreds or thousands of miles to come into the country to try to make a better life for you and your family, if you're willing to put your life on the line to actually make it through and make it to our border, I think that we should welcome those people with open arms and give them every opportunity. Listen, if you talk about no, it's not. It's literally not. Donald Trump, day one, canceled the
No, but that's why-
CBP1 application system and
Yeah, he did.
leaving
Yeah, but that's
thousands,
why-
leaving thousands of people who quote unquote did it the right way, canceling their applications, leaving them at the border, even though they quote unquote did the things the right way, which people kept yelling about. They did it the right way, and he canceled all that. There were 10,000 refugees. There were 10,000 refugees, including 1,600 of them coming from Afghanistan, who had flights that were canceled because Donald Trump said we don't want people coming in the right way. That's the point. So you guys talk about, you know, quote unquote illegal or whatever, but Donald Trump is shutting down multiple facets of immigration, even the quote unquote right way.
He didn't shut them down. What it is,
He
that
literally shut it down.
They have to wait till their process comes up, and then they can hear the case.
No. Jess, you are wrong. You are wrong. When he canceled the CBP1, it canceled all immediate and future immediate. No, it's not a loophole. It's a
yes, it is, bro. It's a loophole.
Cool. Quick question for you. Question for you, Jess. When you apply for a job, how old are you, Jess?
I'm 39, brother.
You're 30. Okay, perfect. You and I are close to the same age. Hey, Jess, you remember when we used to apply for jobs and we used to have to go into certain places and fill out those paper applications? You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Jess, when you apply for a job now, do you apply for a job still with paper applications, or you do it online or from your phone or whatever?
Yeah, we do everything online now.
Perfect. That's what it was. It was the same process, except it was done electronically. Hold on. No. Hold on. It was the same process, and it was done electronically. You had to upload your documents. You had to schedule your actual court hearing. You had to do all of those steps. It was just done electronically versus doing it through the paper. So that's all that was. It wasn't a loophole. It was an actual improvement of the current process. He completely canceled that actual application, and then he canceled everyone who had scheduled those actual appointments.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying, bro. I really do, man. I understand what you're saying, but it's two different things. A job and application for immigration is completely different. You know what I mean? I got family members that are from Mexico, dude, and they've been waiting for like 15 years to get into the United States.
And do you think that's right?
And
do you
they're
think
still
that's
waiting.
right?
You know what I'm saying? But it's the right way. It's just the way it is.
No. Do you think they should have to wait 15 years?
It's just the way it is, man.
Or even more.
I mean, do I wish they could have come up with a different way to make it faster?
Yes. But see, and that's the point that I have a problem with, right?
But the CBP1 app, that's not the way, man. That's just a loophole.
that was not a loophole. That was a way to actually expedite the process. The problem that I have is when people, and this isn't even related to politics, right?
Look,
this is just me.
I know.
Hold on, listen to this, Jess. Hold on one second, Jess. Hold on one second, Jess. Jess. Hold on one second. The problem that I have, and this is not just with politics, this is like period. I hate when someone says, well, that's the way that it's always been. That's why it is that way. I hate that. Just because something has always been that way, one, doesn't mean it's right, but two, doesn't mean that's the way that it has to be. That bothers me. And so for you to say, well, oh, it's always been that way, that people have had to wait 15 years, it's stupid. It's stupid. Simple fact of the matter, we are the United States of America. We are capable of walking and chewing gum at the same time if we want to. So we should have a better, speedier process. If we had an improved process as far as getting people into the country, then maybe we wouldn't see quote unquote illegal border crossings so much. If we had a way to actually, where people weren't waiting 15 years like your family just to get here, then we wouldn't see people trying to actually, put their lives in danger just to get across the border. Or you have people who have been in the United States that are working class people who have been paying taxes, but still can't actually go through the process of becoming U.S. citizens because it takes so long. That's my point, Jess.
No, I get it, bro. I get what you're saying, man. You know what I mean? And like I was telling you, and I was agreeing with you. I wish there was a faster way to do it where, they can come in faster. Family members, whoever wants to come for a better opportunity. Yeah, I wish it can be faster. And I'm pretty sure maybe in the future they'll come up with a way to do it faster.
But they already had a way.
Yeah, but the CBP one that was bro, I'm telling
Tell
you,
me,
man.
wait, you've said multiple times it was a loophole. Explain to me how it was a
Yes,
loophole.
yes. I mean, I don't know how the shit works, man. How anything
Well,
about it, but I know
okay,
the
but then if you
CDC
don't know,
wanna-
then how are you calling it a
anybody can do
loophole?
it. Even a terrorist can do it and come in. You know
But
what I'm
how are
saying?
you calling it a loophole if you don't know what it is?
It's a loophole, bro. I mean,
But
I
how
can't
is it a
explain
loophole
how,
if
but
you don't know
it's
what
a
it
loophole
is?
for people to come in and make it faster. You know
But
what I'm saying?
if you
But
don't
not the
know,
right
if
way.
Jess, if you don't know what it is, how do you keep calling it a loophole? That's like me sitting here saying that I don't know how this actual this works where I'm looking at a phone and talking to you, but it's magic. It's magic. Like that's not the same. It's technology. That's
I
what I'm
get it.
saying.
No, I get you. I get you.
Like and I the
Let
there
me
are
ask you
loopholes.
this.
There's
Let me ask you this.
absolutely loopholes,
Let me ask
but
you
that's
this
not one.
one more question, bro, before I get off because I gotta go.
Okay.
But I'm a Latino who voted for Trump, and you know what's one thing I get a lot from the left?
What do you get from the left?
This is what I get a lot. They always tell me, pack your bags, Trump's gonna deport you. Well, I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm a natural born citizen. My whole entire family are U.S. citizens. You know what I mean? Don't you think that's kind of racist? Don't you think that's bigotry? You know what I'm saying?
No.
You don't think so?
No, and I mean,
So how would you
wait.
feel- how
Let me
would you
explain
feel-
why I say no. As far as someone saying that to you specifically, and the way that they're saying it, like it is very bigoted, right? But it's also factual in the sense that the Trump administration and the people around him, specifically Stephen Miller, who writes policy for Donald Trump and who is in Donald Trump's White House, has made it a focus that they're going to work on denaturalization. Do you know what that is, Jess?
No, yeah, I get it. I know what what you're talking about.
So that's why people like, oh, should they say that to you the way that they're saying it? No, I agree with that. That's messed up the way that they're saying it. But
it is, man.
they're
And you know
not
what?
wrong behind that, Jess.
You know what the sad part about it is too? It comes from a lot of people of color, like your people. You know what I mean? And when I reverse the question, well, what makes you think Trump's not going to deport you because you look Haitian? You know what I mean? Do you think that sounds pretty messed up too?
Yeah, no. Again, it's the same thing, but it's like it's a premise. I mean, I don't agree. I mean, sorry, I don't disagree with the premise behind what you're saying. The simple fact of the matter is that this is why Black people say that, right? And I'm going to be real with you. The reason why Black people say that is because Black people within the United States of America have fought for other people's rights, not just our rights, not just our rights, but other people's rights. And the simple fact of the matter is Black people has seen over the years how treatment continues to happen. And so we know for a fact that if people like brown people from the southern border, things like that, they're targeted and they're affected by certain policies and different things that are passed. Black people understand that we're not far behind, and we know that one thing that they do to one group, they're willing to do to all groups. And so that's why Black people are calling you out specifically, saying, hey, like, you need to understand this. They're letting you know, like, it's effed up and you're not special. You're not special. For some reason, people that voted for Trump, especially Black people, Latin people, women, whatever, those people that voted for Trump, for some reason they think they're special. And just because they voted for Trump, that they're exempt from whatever's going to happen. No, everyone is being targeted. That's the truth.
Let me ask you this one more question before I get out,
Sure.
because I gotta go.
Sure.
Have you ever heard of the 100-mile border?
Are you referring to the border, the southern border?
No,
Be
I'm
specific.
referring to the 100-mile border.
No, tell me about it. I'll look it up at the same time, but tell me about it.
And if you go down to the south or along I-10 and 69 going down to Brownsville, there's a checkpoint within 100 miles of the United States. There's a checkpoint, a U.S. Border Patrol checkpoint, and it's 100 miles within the United States. I travel a lot down that route, and every time I go up and down that route, I always get asked, "Are you a U.S. citizen?" Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And of all the people that I seen coming through, I see a lot of people coming through that border: white, Black, Hispanic, Asians, all kinds, and they all get asked the same question.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
which
what you're saying,
should happen. Absolutely.
yeah. And what people are saying that, well, what about when you get pulled over by Border Patrol or ICE and they ask you, are you okay with them? Yeah, I'm okay with it because I get asked that. I don't know if people don't understand that there's a 100-mile border. It doesn't matter who comes through it. They're going to ask you that question. You know what I mean?
Yeah, listen, the problem with your statement there, though, is like when you talk about the quote unquote border, right? That's completely different than talking about being in Chicago or being in New York or being in Seattle and there's ICE raids, right? Where people are targeted specifically based off of what they look like. When you talk about, you know, being near the border, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. But when you talk about other areas of the country where they're talking about doing these mass raids, and they're going to target people based off of how they look, it's not the same.
Yeah. So then what's wrong with just giving your credentials and just say, hey, look, yeah, I'm
because
a US
it's
citizen, go on your
do you know
merry
what
way.
the Fourth Amendment right is?
I mean, it's the same thing when you get pulled over by
you know
police
what?
officers,
But
right?
yeah, but when you pulled over by police officers, they have to pull you over due to probable cause. Like they have to understand probable cause. They can't just pull you over because you look a certain way. That's illegal. Again, that's a violation of your Fourth Amendment right.
Well, it's not it's not a unreasonable search.
Okay, tell me when you when you say that we're going to do raids and mass deportation, how do you determine who you're going to deport outside of profiling?
Well, you would go off the calls, like off of reports of people who aren't supposed to be here.
So you're
like
so
the
you're
New
saying
Jersey
that quote
thing
unquote tips, right? Quote unquote
well,
tips. So like the simple fact of the matter is when you put things in place like a bounty where you're incentivizing people to actually
there is no
report
bounty.
other people. Yeah, no, there's a bill that was actually introduced. Mississippi, U.S. Mississippi.
Yeah, I heard about that, but that's not. But the federal agency is not giving out bounties.
I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is when you have different programs that incentivize people to report people, and you say we're going to give you $1,000 to report people, people are going to say, well, I need $1,000, or I don't like this person and I want $1,000. I don't know if he's illegal or not, but I'm going to call and I'm going to say he's illegal, right? Like that's something that happens. That's realistic.
Okay. Well, if that happens, then the person who was getting unreasonably searched is gonna has to give them the proper identification, and they're on their way. Like the guy, did you hear about that New Jersey seafood raid that happened, where the Puerto Rican veteran was detained?
And he was but again,
he was detained, and he showed his stuff, and he was good.
Yeah, but he was still actually detained for long periods of time. Like again, that's still a constitutional violation. Literally,
well,
it's
if you're not a legal
violation.
immigrant, how is it?
If you're an undocumented immigrant, you do understand that undocumented immigrants are protected under the Fourth Amendment as well, right? They have constitutional rights.
It's not an unreasonable search.
But they still are protected under the Fourth and Fifth. And you know what? That right there.
Okay.
That right there.
Okay.
That Donald Trump,
cool,
you're absolutely right. Donald Trump is using the quote unquote state of emergency to actually say that these things are acceptable. Hold on 1 second, V. Give me a second, okay? Guys, keep tapping the screen. The likes are moving slow. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 100,000 likes. Let's also get the shares up. Can we get the shares up to 300 shares? We do have our daily gift goal, which is the high bears. If we can knock those out, that'll help boost us and push us out to the FYP. What up, Alina? That'll help push us out to the FYP. Do all the wonderful things to make sure that we are protecting the live. And guys, last but not least, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. So if you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. Make sure if you are in the request that you are a Trump supporter. We are only talking to Trump supporters. This is Sparring with Santana. We are only talking to Trump supporters. If you are not a Trump supporter, drop out of the box. If you are not a Trump supporter, drop out of the box. We are not talking to anyone that is a friendly Skull Kid. Are you a Trump supporter? Skull Kid, are you a Trump supporter?
Sorry, kick me. Sorry, kick me.
No worries. Thank you, my friend. Guys, please check and make sure if you are in the box, please make sure that you are a Trump supporter. We are only talking to Trump supporters. We are not talking to friendlies. please, please, please make sure that you are a Trump supporter. Born Custom, are you a Trump supporter?
Nope, sorry, I was tapping the screen. You can drop
No
me. Love
worries.
you, man.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. I'm sorry, VV. Give me just a second. It was piling up, and I just got to clear some of these out.
You're good, man. You're good. Don't worry about it.
Let's see here, guys. W's in the chat for Kybera. Kybera sent a $10 donation and say, V is white. He's never been profiled or singled out, so he truly doesn't understand. Kybera, thank you so much for the $10 donation. You're
I'm not a
absolutely
white
amazing.
man or white tee man. Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm not a white tee.
I didn't
man.
say it. I was just reading that
No,
off.
I know, but it's usually people say that because I have a certain voice or I have certain beliefs, and they think that I'm a white tee person, even though like I don't have to think like you to be black.
My friend.
It's really stupid.
You've been talking about things of substance, so I haven't gotten into that at all. So, Lucas, are you a Trump supporter?
And I appreciate that.
No worries. Lucas, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Go on mute for me just a moment. Yeah, I can hear you. Go on mute for me just a moment, please. Again, guys, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. W's in the chat for Jesse. Jesse sent a $2 donation saying, after their years of schooling failed those two guests. All of their years of schooling failed those two guests. Whew. All right. With that being said, V. So help me, like, again, because you seem like a pretty smart person. You seem like actually a pretty level-headed person as well. Why put your confidence in Donald Timothy Trump?
Why put my confidence in him?
Yeah. Like, what makes you, again, because you don't seem unreasonable. You don't seem like one of the quote-unquote MAGA cultists. I'm confused. What makes you confident in him and his leadership abilities?
Before I answer real quick, what is a MAGA cultist? I want to know.
Yeah, no, it's someone that worships at the altar of Trump, someone who is unreasonable about Trump, someone who can't actually criticize him or think critically, or is willing to actually accept the things that he says without actually verifying, fact checking, or willing to actually accept any new information. I mean, I don't know if I misjudged you off of that. You don't, again, you haven't crashed out. You don't seem that way, but
I've had issues with what Trump's done before, like his bump stock ban. I thought that was a
2A violation. Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't like that. There's stuff I don't like about Trump, but I didn't. When it came to Kamala Harris over Donald Trump, I was.
That's where I'm going. Explain it to me, V. Help me get there.
Some of the things that recently I've been seeing from him that I would like, that I've been liking, is his the leadership he's showing in California right now with the people of Palisade. We see that Gavin Newsom and the mayor of the current mayor over there, I forgot her name. I don't remember her name, sorry, but if you know it, you know it. But we're seeing that there's a pretty bad amount of leadership over there, and when Trump comes in, he's actually having the people talking to her about how people want to get into their homes now to do their stuff, not having government take super long to get stuff done.
Wait. You took the words right out of my mouth. You do know why they can't go back into their homes just yet, though, right?
Why? Because debris has to be moved out.
Yeah, it's a biohazard. Like for Donald Trump to say, go to your homes now, or we want them back in now. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm sure they want to go home now. That's not even arguable. But it's not in a condition where they should be in their homes just yet. And do you think that Donald Trump spreading misinformation or disinformation is beneficial to the people within California that have been affected by these wildfires?
I would say no, that spreading disinformation is not a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the point that I have. And so this is the problem that I have with Donald Trump, right? When there's things that are happening, Donald Trump attacks those governors if they're Democratic governors, right? Like, I'm sorry, but if you're the president of the United States, you're the president of all United States. You're the president of California. You're the president of Texas. You're the president of South Carolina. You're the president of New York. And your response should be one of compassion and kindness to those people facing those issues, not saying that Gavin Newsom is the reason why California's on fire, and they forgot about the people of North Carolina. Like that rhetoric villainizing those governors who are trying to take care of their people, and doing things instead of actually to support those people, putting yourself above them and saying, well, we need to get rid of this person, and I'm gonna come there when it's not time to be there. Like all of that it's insane.
Okay. So like when I've seen, oh, okay. So like when I've seen like the people of North Carolina when they had the hurricane issues, people are complaining about a lot of issues with how they're not getting the help, they're not being heard. Like Biden and Kamala Harris weren't able to help, or Congress wasn't able to help in the last administration. And then we're seeing Trump actually being able to go in there, having people's voices be heard, calling out the insurance companies that aren't helping, calling out the government that's not helping them. I would feel like that would be something that a leader would do, is have the people whose voices aren't being heard, let them be heard. No,
I disagree.
You don't think people's voices should be heard?
The reason why I disagree, right, is not because I don't think the people's voices should be heard. It's more so surrounding the fact of how Donald Trump is approaching things, because I do think for a fact that their voices should be heard. But when Donald Trump does some things like spread misinformation, and people think that for some reason, if they actually accept support from FEMA, that their land is going to be confiscated, like that's bad, right? And then for him to say, oh, they're not doing anything or taking care of people. Listen, I am from South Carolina. I have family who specifically were affected. They went a week without power. The roof on my grandfather's house was completely destroyed. I know for a fact that $750 that was given, that wasn't the only thing that was given, but it was given immediately for support, right? Immediately for support. And it was easy to actually apply for. People that applied for that $750 and got rejected, it was because of their clerical errors, meaning that they didn't fill out the paperwork or they didn't do something correctly to actually receive that $750. My uncle was someone who didn't actually fill out the paperwork correctly, and he was rejected for it. He filled out the paperwork, and within 24 hours, he had gotten that funds. Now, then, with that being said, the house, I mean, my grandfather's house, we had to apply for FEMA, and that was actually taken care of as well, right? So the things that were damaged, including replacing food and fixing property, all of those things were squared away. But there was so much misinformation and disinformation around that it was harmful. And last but not least, Donald Trump traveling to North Carolina after the hurricane was harmful. It was harmful. I get what you're saying as far as like amplifying people's voices, and that is a good thing. But the simple fact of the matter is when they were still trying to actually rescue people, there were down power lines, there was debris everywhere, and a former president of the United States flew into that area. They had to then reallocate those resources to protect Donald Trump, to clear his pathway, to make sure that Donald Trump was actually in a safe position, taken away from those people that actually needed those resources in real time. I spoke with my family, and I spoke with other people that were in that area, and they didn't give a damn about Donald Trump. They didn't give a damn about Joe Biden. They didn't give a damn about Kamala Harris. They didn't care about seeing any of those people. What they cared about was getting water, getting food. There was no gas there. People were actually being unalived at the gas station because people were fighting over gas. My family literally was saying like, hey, does anyone have charcoal so we can cook food on the grill so we can eat? No one cared about seeing Trump, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden. They cared about seeing people that were going to help. They cared about seeing the people coming to fix the power lines. They cared about seeing FEMA to help come and help. They cared about people that was actually shipping water and food in. That's the point.
Okay. Well, I can see your perspective on that one. So, like you said, that when Trump came to those areas, it was actually caused more harm than help. The help that it did, because of like they were clearing out debris. Can I see like where that
and
where you got
like
that
if you would have
from?
waited maybe like a week or so and did it, then that makes perfect sense. But him doing it right after, it was harmful.
Okay, where'd you get that information from on that front? I would like to just see that
information on what. What are you referring to?
The like Trump causing more harm. Was it just you're talking like eyewitness testimony for that one?
Yeah, no, that was anecdotal
valid.
in the sense of there's nothing to quantify that it was harmful, but you can definitely take a look at the resources that were pulled to actually protect Donald Trump. You had to pull local and state level police enforcement, and also remove or keep those people out of certain areas that he was traveling to. So all of those resources that had to be dedicated to Donald Trump could have been diverted to actually rescue and support. That's the point.
Okay. Well, I can see your perspective on that one. I'm gonna look into that right now. But I hear what you're trying to say, because I've seen that before too, where it's like someone like a government official comes into an area that's been ravaged by a disaster, and all these officials, people hired by the government, are going to clear everything out, and it's messing stuff up for the people already there. I can see that perspective.
Yeah, and again, I'm like I want to make sure that I'm clear on this. I'm not saying that it was wrong for him to do that, to go there. I'm just saying the timing was wrong. That's the point.
What? So you would rather him? You said earlier that you would rather him come in like a week.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be? I can see why you would say that, but also I feel like when it comes down to that, if a disaster happens, I think you would want to get there as soon as possible.
No,
But
no. I mean, unless you're actually there to help, like to physically help or to coordinate or things like. I mean, he didn't. If he would have went there to actually coordinate efforts, right, and to lend his additional resources or whatever, like that's a different subject. Versus him going, he went there, and he had them stack up bricks behind him for a photo op. Like that's the problem. If he would have went there and he stayed there to help coordinate efforts, and he's working with Elon on Starlink, and he's working with because there were a lot of out of state helicopters that were flying in to actually be able to provide support. If he was doing things like that, then okay, that's beneficial. But he showed up to meet with the quote unquote governor, to stand out and give a press conference and then leave. That's what I'm saying. And if he wanted to do that, he could have just waited a week, because Kamala Harris and Joe Biden did the same thing, which is perfectly fine. And even if he wanted to amplify their voices, like he is the former president at the time, he was the former president of the United States with one of the largest platforms, largest microphone. He could have simply used his voice from a distance without taking away resources for the people that were in the area that needed them.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
V, I'm going to go ahead and drop you down. Listen, I appreciate talking to you. You're super reasonable, but I would love to talk to you another time. But thank you for coming up.
Yeah, I appreciate the conversation. I do hear your perspective, and have a good day.
You as well. Guys, W's in the chat for Rachel. Rachel sent a $5 donation saying, "Thank you so much for streaming on YouTube. I no longer have TikTok, and I was even with the flaws, I miss the community." Rachel, the community is still here. Thank you so much for that $5 donation. You are absolutely too kind. Thank you. W's in the chat for Lady Ball. Lady Ball sent a $1 donation saying, "V is a closeted maggot. He's regurgitating the same lies that Trump said about California." I peep game, Lady Ball. I peep game. Guys, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. So if you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. Guys, this is Sparring with Santana. Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters. If you are not a Trump supporter, do not request up. Only request if you are a Trump supporter. Megan, are you a Trump supporter? Megan, are you a Trump supporter? Megan. Meg, okay, I'm gonna drop you down. I'm gonna assume that was a tapping error. Lucas, did you think that was a tapping error? I think that might have been a tapping error. Lucas, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm still waiting.
Okay, no worries. Joe, are you a Trump supporter?
Sure am.
Okay, hold tight for me 1 second, Joe. Lucas, which one is better, 1933 Germany or 2025 the United States of America?
America, always.
Why? I'm a little bit confused, because they both have so many of the same things, right? We talk about the failed coup, the state of emergency, the consolidation of power, the nationalism, the fake news. They even have Nazis. So how did you pick which one was better?
Because I live in America. I know it's better.
What's so great about the United States of America? I mean, they are stripping away the rights of women. They're stripping away the rights of the queer community. They're stripping away the rights of veterans. All of those things. Like, what? I don't understand. How is it better?
I don't understand why you say they're stripping away their rights. Like, what right did they take?
Sure, they're trying to, as far as immigrants, they're stripping away birthright citizenship. As far as people in the queer community, they're stripping away of the rights for transgender people to serve in the military. They've actually tried to. There's a Republican lawmakers in Idaho who have submitted bills to actually overturn gay marriage. As far as rights for Black people and also hold on a second. As far as rights for Black people and women and things like that, they're stripping away worker protections to make sure that they can't be discriminated against. Though all of those things are being stripped away.
Okay, so none of it has been stripped away, right?
He's already signed the executive orders for all of those things that I talked about.
For all this, like what? So you're talking about
except the gay rights. The gay rights, that's the only one that isn't. The gay rights, that's the one
so
where that was a bill that was passed.
They're not going to take away. They're not going to take away the rights for gays to marry each other. That's not
gay people. Gay men, not for gays, but
gay men, gay women,
I mean, I hear you. I hear you saying that, but they've already submitted a bill to overturn that. So if the bill passed, then they'll do it.
Submitted a bill, right? One person submitted a bill.
Well, there were multiple congressmen, but do you understand how bills are passed?
There's a whole house that has to vote, right? The whole house has to vote.
Who has the house?
The whole Senate has to.
Who has the house?
The Republicans have the House now.
Who has the Senate?
Right?
Who has the Senate?
We do. The Republicans do.
So if there's a bill that garners enough support,
every single Republican, you can't tell me that every single Republican that's in the House or in the Senate is going to be like, oh yeah, we're going to take your rights away.
You don't need every single one of them. That's the thing.
Propaganda.
You
got to have a majority vote, which means
no, you don't have to have a majority vote. You just have to have a consensus, meaning more vote yes than no. That's all you need.
That's a majority.
Yeah, that's what a majority is.
Okay, technically, you're right. I'm sorry. I was thinking like most of them. You're absolutely right. I apologize, but you have to have a consensus where more people than not.
Good, but yeah, I mean, let's be real. That's not gonna happen.
I don't know why I said that. You both are absolutely right. I'm joking.
No, it's all good, but I mean, it's what it is. That's propaganda saying that they're going to take away all these rights from people, but they're not. They're not going to change.
Well, again, the only one that they're actually trying to pass through legislation is the rights for gay people, right? And when you talk about everything else that I spoke on, Donald Trump has already signed executive orders for all of it. It's not propaganda. He's already signed the executive orders for them.
Tell me which one affects the gays. Which one says
gay people? Stop saying the gays.
You're gay.
Stop saying the gay. Stop saying the gays. I said gay people, but the executive. No, I said gay people. You're saying the gays. I'm saying stop saying that.
They're gay people, right?
Yeah. Stop again. Just chill the fuck out. Listen.
What do you want me to say? Then?
Gay people. You can say gay men. You can say gay people. But the fact that you're saying the gays is weird. Stop saying that.
Okay, I'll say non-heterosexuals.
Okay, fucking cool. I mean, like anyway. A gay person can still serve in the military, correct? Yes, I listed multiple things. And I even talked about how the one thing that wasn't signed as far as an executive order was the proposed bill to overturn gay rights as far as gay marriage. That's the one thing that was not done by executive order.
Because they're not going to take away the rights for gay people to get married.
Again, it's a bill that's proposed. You can't say that they're not. There's a possibility that the bill doesn't get passed, but there's also a possibility that the bill does get passed. Again, if the Republican Party holds the House and Senate, if they garner enough support in the House and Senate, then it will get passed. That's how bills work.
Yeah, but you're saying that every Republican is against gay rights.
I did not say that. You said that.
No, I didn't.
You said not every Republican is going to vote for it. You said not everyone in the House is going to vote for it. I didn't say that everyone needs to vote for it.
All right. So which
I said more people than not need to vote for it.
Executive order was signed?
For what?
That takes away the rights of gay people.
Again, you keep saying that, but I didn't. Joe, am I misspeaking or something? Like, did I say that there was an executive order that took away rights from gay people, or did I specifically say all the other things had the executive orders?
It's semantics, you know. Really.
Well, no. I need to know what I said because I need to understand. Am I saying something wrong?
That's
Did
what you
I
said. That's why
specifically
asked
say
you which
no?
right
Be
was
quiet
it.
for a second, Lucas. Did I specifically say that there's an executive order taking away the rights from gay men to marriage, or did I say that there are Republican congressmen in Idaho who have submitted a bill to overturn gay right marriage?
Both are true. Both are
What?
true.
I didn't say no. Donald Trump did not. Donald Trump did not sign an executive order to overturn gay marriage. He did not. He did not sign an executive order for that. I at no point have said that. So please stop referencing an executive order to overturn any gay marriage. That is not what I said. That is not the point.
Then
He
what's the
did
problem?
sign
Let's-
executive orders barring.
all right.
He did sign executive orders barring transgender people from serving in the military. He did sign an executive order to end birthright citizenship. He did sign an executive order to allow discrimination for people in the hiring process. Those are the things that he signed executive orders for. Please understand what I am saying, Lucas.
First of all, he
Okay,
signed it.
well, I mean, I heard you say-
borders.
Yeah. So you said also he signed an executive order for what was that last one that you said? Birthrights, right?
In birthright citizenship.
For
Yes.
illegals.
No.
Right.
If you
I mean,
have
what's-
birthright citizenship, then you are a United States citizen. You're not quote unquote illegal.
Right. So why do they come here and have babies? What do they call those?
They call
You
him
remember?
Melania Trump.
You're
They
an
they
older-
call him
No,
Melania
they
Trump.
don't call him Melania Trump.
They call him Melania Trump.
call
Melania
him
Trump
anchor
literally
babies.
Melania Trump has a anchor baby, Barron. He's an anchor baby.
But she didn't come here pregnant.
She came here illegally and she got pregnant and had a baby. Barron
That's the
Trump
thing.
is an anchor baby.
What?
Deport Melania.
Not the same thing.
They're illegally.
It is
She's an
absolutely
American
the same
citizen.
thing. It's absolutely the same thing. Not you. I don't give a fuck.
She's an American citizen.
Yes, and so are other people as well.
Whoa,
The simple fact of the
whoa.
matter is Melania Trump lied on her visa application, got into the country under false pretenses, had a baby who is now a United States citizen and technically can't be deported because she has an anchor to the country. Barron Trump is an anchor baby.
But
She married
Right.
Donald Trump.
No
Then
one
she
cares
got
that she
pregnant.
married your
Then she
Mango
had a baby.
Mussolini, that she
That's
married
how
your
it works.
Mandarin
I
Messiah.
don't know why you think. Okay, all right. We'll move on to the next one. What'd you say? The DEI hires, right?
I ain't say shit about DEI hires. I didn't
You
say
said
anything about
that you
DEI
signed
hires.
an
No, I'm talking
executive
about
order, right? That took away DEI hires.
no.
How do you say
Nope.
it? I forget. All right. So, which rights did he take away from black people? What executive order was that?
Yep. Hold on one second. Da, 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 da.
No more
Da,
affirmative
da,
action. I kind of like that.
Affirmative action has already been overturned, and that's not a thing. Affirmative action actually helped white women more than anyone else. And DEI, you guys are trying to use that as a code for black people. And Joe, guess what? No one gives a shit about your racism.
I'm
So
not racist.
sure, you immediately popped out with affirmative action. No more affirmative action. I like that.
Yeah, I want people to be hired based on the quality of workmanship they present.
Then
Not
if you want people to be hired on the quality of workmanship, then you would actually say that you are a proponent of DEI, meaning you would want people to be all given the same opportunity and judged based on their merits, not on the color of their skin, not based off of their ability in the sense of being disabled, but the fact of what they can actually do. People
Exactly.
discriminate
That's what I'm
against
talking about.
people discriminate based off of people's looks, off of their colors, off of the fact if they're able-bodied, all of those things.
Well, get used to that. That's called the real world.
So you're saying just because people discriminate, that's what
real
Donald Trump
world.
overturned. Donald Trump literally overturned the protection, saying that you can't discriminate against people because they're black. You can't discriminate against people because they're a woman. You can't discriminate against people because they're disabled. And you're saying, oh, get over it because it's the real world. Joe, how old are you?
I'm 66. I'm in the real world.
You're 66 years old. Joe, are you a white man?
Half.
What's half? Which half? Is it your left arm and your left foot? What's half?
It's
Half
my
biracial.
So you're biracial. Yeah, I know that's what he meant, Lucas. Not half. So you're biracial, Joe.
No, I'm Italian, buddy. I'm 100% Italian.
Okay, perfect. So you are a white man in America, and you're 60-something years old, and you think that we need to go back to a time where people didn't have the ability to actually get an equal opportunity.
We're not at that level. You have an equal opportunity just like I do right now. We're not bad.
Bullshit.
40s. Yeah, you do. You look like
Bullshit.
You're doing good, aren't you?
You first and foremost, you don't know what I am doing, but the simple fact of the matter is,
you're not homeless.
okay, what does me not being unhoused have to do with anything as far as me quote unquote doing good? That is absolutely asinine.
You got the same opportunities I got, and you took advantage of them just like I did.
Okay.
I don't think it is, but
I don't know. This is the first I've ever heard him say that, and I've seen CNN news. So
yeah, that's bullshit.
You saying that don't make me say that.
Exactly. It's stupid.
Wait, say it again. Say it again.
Who, me?
What did you say is the first time? What?
I said I've never heard that ever. And all the fake news that I've heard, I've never heard one of them say, not even the View said that. So how did you say that? And the View ain't even said that.
First of all, I don't care about the View, right?
I'm just wondering where you get your information from.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean? So I can look
I
it
get
up
my
so
information.
I can find that clip.
I get my information from credible sources. If you want to actually if you actually want to know what Donald Trump did or did not say, because he has tons of quotes. He has tons of quotes.
I want that quote. I want that
yeah,
quote.
Sure.
If you could give me that link.
Sure. Again, it's a BBC article. There's a BBC. Yeah, right here. There's a BBC article, Mythbusters, what Donald Trump did or didn't say about Africa. And it goes into multiple quotes as far as what he did or didn't say. Someone misquoted him and said that Africans are lazy fools, only good for eating, loving, and thuggery. That's not true. That's not true. Donald Trump did not say that. Donald Trump did not say that. Okay. What he did say was, according to the online magazine 1991 book, Mr. Trump, former employee John Donald released an indictment where the billionaire reportedly blamed poor performance on black workers on laziness, saying that that it was a trait of blacks. So this is a direct account. And under federal indictment, this is something that was testified to Donald Trump actually saying. There's multiple myths, because there is a lot of stuff that people say that Donald Trump said that he didn't say, but there are a lot of things that Donald Trump did say, and that was one of them. Give me a second, because I got to read these off. Guys, W's in the chat for Kelly. Kelly sent a $4.20 donation saying, love your streams, keep fighting the good fight and schooling these maggots on a daily. Much love. Kelly, I love you more. Thank you so much for that donation. W's in the chat for Stephanie, who sent a $5 donation and says, remind Joe Italians weren't always white. If you know, you know. W's in the chat for Stephanie. W's in the chat for Lady Ball. Lady Ball sent a $1 donation, said, don't understand how you voted for Trump, then fail to watch what he does on day one. Clueless. You're absolutely right, Lady Ball. 100% right. Guys, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. So if you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please, please, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. Guys, we're at 134,000 likes. Keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 200,000 likes. And if we could, please, can we knock out this daily live goal? It's the donuts. If we knock out the daily live goal and tap the screen, share the live, it'll help not only protect the live, but it pushes us out to the FYP. So if you guys don't mind, can we do all the wonderful things that helps protect the live and boost the live and do all of that? Also, if you haven't sent your daily heart me, please send it. If you're not following me on all of the social media apps, follow me on Blue Sky. Follow me on Twitch and YouTube. I'm actually live on Twitch and YouTube right now. What up, Twitch? What up, YouTube? Joe, Lucas, you two are a basket of deplorables.
Oh, well, there we go.
Yeah, see, what we do, the thing is, what the Democrats do is, if you don't agree with them, they resort to insults because they
thought that was an insult.
Yeah,
I thought that was a friendly jab.
I thought it was funny.
I'm not sensitive. It doesn't really bother me.
I mean, I don't think that was like the worst thing that has ever been said, but for some reason that insult gets under people's
it didn't get under mine. I kind of struggled.
Is it because Hillary said that?
The thing is, getting back to the color, the reason I referred to myself as white is because the system.
Because you're white presenting.
I actually have black family. My grandfather on my father's side, or excuse me, on my mother's side, was actually had, you know, hair the same style as black people.
What's that? What's the hairstyle of black people? It's
curly, very curly.
Curly.
Well, you can call it nappy. I don't want to offend you.
The fuck, Joe?
But that's the type of hair he had.
So you're saying that all black people have nappy hair?
I'm saying my grandfather did, you fucking moron.
Well, what you just fucking said, Joe, was nappy, and so that's why I said, do you mean that all black people have nappy hair?
No, they do. They use chemicals to make it not nappy.
They use chemicals to make their hair not nappy?
Of course. How do you get it straight? They fry it or whatever they call it.
They fry it? What the?
And then what they call it, frying your hair? I don't know what they call it. I never had that kind of hair, but they do something. They use chemical
Yeah, stop talking for a second, Joe. Stop talking for a second, Joe. W's in the chat for Sarah. Sarah sent a $5 donation saying, of all the people that I've seen on your lives today, these two are the most willingly ignorant. That, Sarah, that. W's in the chat for Sarah, guys. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24, best way to support the live. With that being said, I don't normally do this, but I feel like this is appropriate, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. We're going to put a bounty on Joe. We're going to put a bounty on Joe.
Why is that?
We're going to put a bounty on Joe. $50 to drop. $50 to drop Joe. $50, we get Joe up out the paint. Joe, keep telling me about how black people have to use chemicals in their hair. Like, where did you get that from, Joe?
I remember watching a movie. Remember The Temptations? Really old movie. I like that. They
so you base all of your history or knowledge of black people on movies that you've seen, including Temptations and Malcolm X.
All I know is when you have
W's in the chat for Beth, who sent a $5 donation. Thank you for that $5 donation, Beth. So your reference for black people is the Temptations and Malcolm X.
All I said is my grandfather had curly hair. You made it. You took it to the next level.
You said that he had hair like black people, and then you said curly, and then you said, well, nappy, and then you said black people have to use chemicals in their hair.
Take your hat off. Let me see your hairstyle.
I'm bald. I completely. But you know what's funny? My hair, if I do let it grow out, is curly. It's not nappy. It's not nappy. The actual texture. If you talk about the actual texture, the texture is different. There's a huge difference in what you were saying versus what you think that you were saying.
Okay, the afros they had back in the 1950s and 60s. Okay, Michael Jackson had. We call them fros. You remember fros? They call them fros. They had the hair picks in their hair. What style haircut is that?
I can
grow fros. Afros. They call them afros.
W's in the chat for Michael. Michael sent a $5 Cash App donation. Thank you so much for that $5. Listen, I don't know if Michael sent the last two Cash Apps because those have been sent. Hold on. Hold on. W's in the chat for Stephanie. Stephanie sent W's in the hold on. Okay, let me read this one off. W's in the chat for Lady Ball. Lady Ball sent $1 donation saying my hair isn't nappy, bitch. W's in the chat for Beth, who sent a $5 donation to drop Joe. W's in the chat for Ann, who sent a $10 donation saying towards Joe Kick. You have way more patience than me. Thank you so much. And W's in the chat for Stephanie, who sent a $50 donation saying for dump him. That comment was awful. Joe, fuck off.
Yeah, we got way off the topic there.
Oh my God, that was absolutely insane.
Yeah, I didn't.
That was absolutely nuts. That was absolutely nuts.
Yeah, I can't believe you went there. But
oh, guys, W's in the chat for everybody. Guys, let's keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get up to 200,000 likes. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. Please, please, please do not request up if you are not a Trump supporter. We are not talking to friendlies. I am only looking for Trump supporters. If you are friendly, keep tapping the screen, share the live, do all the wonderful things. If you're in the box right now and you are not a Trump supporter, please, please, please cancel out your request. Don't request up. I am not talking to any friendlies because this is Sparring with Santana, not late nights with Santana. W's in the chat for Chase. Chase sent a $5 donation saying for lowering the price of chickens for our gallons of eggs. Yeah. I'm gonna find out why is chicken so cheap but eggs so expensive. I need Trump to answer that. Is it Maisie?
Measy. Yeah. What's up?
Maisie, are you a Trump supporter?
I am a hardcore Trump supporter since day one, since The Apprentice, actually.
Ooh, okay. Lucas, hold tight 1 second because now I want to know. Like Maisie has my attention. Maisie.
Yes.
Have you enjoyed this second stint of the Trump administration so far?
Well, the past 4 days, 5 days, it's been quite a show. You know, a lot of cement, a lot of Hollywood going North Carolina, going to California. You know. So
a lot of performative actions.
A lot of performative actions, yeah, but that's what the people like. That's what the people need. You know, they like
what people. What? No. Who? Wait. What? Wait. What?
People? The American people.
What are you talking about, man?
You think that the people want performative action instead of him actually doing things to benefit people?
They want to see their president in the front lines. You know, they want to see their president surveying.
Who wants to see that?
The American people, the people that voted for the Republicans this last term.
Popular vote.
Oh, so you mean the MAGA cult? You guys want to see him out doing all of his things. That's why you guys like when he drives garbage trucks and all this other stuff. Yeah, no, it absolutely is, because I don't care about him performing. I want him to actually run the country. I don't care about him performing. That's stupid.
It's been 6 days, so he's doing it.
And you talked about the quote unquote Hollywood and him bouncing around and being performative. Like, okay, let me level set with you just for a second, Maisie, because the one thing that I will always give Donald Timothy Trump about credit for it is that he has a brand and he knows his brand and he markets his brand to an exceptional level. I will never take that away from him, ever.
Yes.
But the simple fact of the matter is we don't need a president who's out performing. We need a president that's actually working with Congress, working to pass legislation, doing things that's going to benefit the American people, not actually signing executive order after executive order after executive order that is going to be challenged in the court and being harmful towards other people. That's absolutely
majority
insane.
of them were just repealing what Biden did, you know,
which is absolutely insane.
But that's what he said.
Why would you immediately get in and then be harmful to people? Not
because
only when you talk about
keep his promise to his base. He said he was going to do these things, and he's doing it.
Cool. He's going to keep his promise to his base. Why is gas still high? Why is it that I went to the store? Why is it that I went to the store and paid $15? Why is it that I went to the store and paid $15? Why is it that I went to the store and paid $15 for a gallon of eggs? Tell me why I had to pay $15 for a gallon of eggs, Maisie.
In the global market, gas used to be cheap. when American gas companies can only sell gas in America until Obama
You know why?
allowed it to
Nope,
be
that's
sold
not
on the
true.
global market.
That's not true. You know why
And
gas went up?
why did gas go up?
Maisie, you said that you're a fan of Trump. You ever since The Apprentice. I'm assuming that means you know what he did in his first administration. You paid attention
Yes,
when he
yes,
was
yes.
cool. Let me read these off real quick. W's in the chat for Valencia, who sent a $3 donation to say Joe and Lucas are the biggest idiots that like to know.
But
That
Joe
like
is
to
a
nibble.
representation
Hold
of
on one
America,
second,
the heart of
Maisie. I'm
America.
reading
Sorry,
Maisie. Maisie. W's in the chat for Valencia, who sent a $3 donation to say Joe and Lucas are the biggest idiots that like to nibble on the orange guy. Absolutely. They are headaches. W's in the chat for Valencia for that. W's in the chat for Marva, who sent a $10 donation saying drop from the guy. I'm assuming you were talking about drop the guy that we dropped earlier. Yeah, no, absolutely. Guys, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Best way to support the live. Anything is accepted. Everything is appreciated. Hey, what happened in 2020, Maisie?
What happened in
February
2010?
or March of 2020? What happened?
We had COVID.
We had C-19. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. We had C-19. So then,
Yes.
what did Donald Trump say about C-19 when it first happened?
That it, well, he said a lot. He blamed mostly China.
Yeah.
Right.
How long did he say it was going to last?
A few months.
He said, actually, he said 2 weeks, but yeah, he said basically the premise
not
of
a
it
long
that it was
time.
going to be, that it was going to go away quickly, right?
Yes.
What did he at the same time do when he went to meet with OPEC?
What did he do to me with OPEC? He probably, I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, cool. He went and met with OPEC and he negotiated a 2-year deal to cut oil production, even though he said that this was something that was only going to be around for this was only something that was going to be around for 2 weeks.
That's because oil consumption was going down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Oil
it
consumption was going down because the world was shut down.
The supply.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're telling people that this is only going to be around for 2 weeks, why would you sign a 2-year deal to cut oil production if you said it was going to be down for we're going to be only lasting for 2 weeks?
Well, that's because you trade oil on futures. You're not trading oil on the month-to-month basis. If consumption's going to go down for like months at a time,
you're absolutely
future
right.
Price is going to
you're
reflect
absolutely
that.
right. But did you think that that even if that premise, did you think that the world was going to be closed down for 2 years?
No one thought that was going to happen.
Exactly. And then even more so, why would you be telling people that it was going to come back in 2 weeks, but yet cut a deal for 2 years? I'm not saying that you're wrong, that oil consumption is not on a month by month basis, but like that doesn't make sense. And even more than that, you know what Donald Trump did to 16 of our oil refineries, including our largest oil refinery that was in Texas?
What did he do?
He sold them to the Saudis.
So I don't know if he has the power to do that.
Yeah,
Aren't they privately owned companies?
Jared Kushner actually negotiated a deal and sold 16 different refineries to the Saudis, netting $2 billion.
He probably negotiated the deal.
Yeah, he did. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he absolutely did. He absolutely did. And then what happened was in all of that culminating, right? Selling off our refineries, going to OPEC and negotiating a 2-year deal. When the world did open back up, guess what we didn't have?
Well, he probably did that because wasn't he trying to build relations?
Guess what we didn't have?
And the South.
Guess what we didn't have?
What didn't we have?
We didn't have enough gas to supply the country based off of what OPEC was actually producing.
That's a lie. That's a lie. And I know this because I work in oil and gas.
Lucas,
I know how much we have. I'm telling you, bro, there is no time ever in America's point where we did not have enough oil or gas ever. Like we've got so much of that shit.
Lucas,
I'm telling you, bro.
Lucas,
yeah.
Shh. Quiet for a minute. I'm gonna cite my source. Okay. One moment.
What happened, Lucas? We lost Lucas.
Yeah, I had to mute him because he was yappy. So
much on the
here,
oil supply stuff.
Hold on a second.
Can't believe you muted me.
Because you were still talking over me.
You talk over me.
Who's the host?
You are, bro. My bad. Sorry.
Here, Reuters. Reuters special this Reuters article special report. Trump told Saudi cut oil supply or lose the United States military support. He went to them. He told them that if they didn't actually cut the actual oil supply, then he would actually pull the support of the U.S. military. That actually caused a shortage. Let's see, it went down to, on April the 12th, under pressure of Trump, the world's largest oil producing nation outside of the United States agreed to the largest production cut ever negotiated. OPEC, Russia, and other allied producers slashed production by 9.7 million barrels per day, or about 10% of global output. Half of the volume came from the same cuts, 2.5 billion barrels per day each by Saudi Arabia and Russia, who budgets depend on high oil and gas revenue. This article details the actual production and the cut. These were levels. It says here that these levels were cuts that hadn't been seen since 1999. And so what happened was, with the production being low because of the negotiation, when there was a higher demand, there was not enough oil and there was not enough gas. So what OPEC had to do, or what happened with the gas prices, is they shot up, because when you have more demand than there is supply, then prices go up. From that point, Joseph Robinette Biden came into office, and he went back to OPEC and he said, hey, gas prices are too high. I need you guys to drop it. And because OPEC realized that Americans are dumb. No matter how much gas prices are, they're going to pay them. And so they realized gas prices were high, even though production was back up. There was no need to drop prices because Americans were still going to pay. So Joe Biden went and said, hey, I need you guys to drop these prices.
You're referring during COVID where Americans didn't have money.
C-19. Yes, okay. I'm talking about after C-19. I'm talking about after. Listen, I am not disagreeing. If Donald Trump would have went to OPEC, if Trump would have went to OPEC and said, hey, we need to cut a deal where we slow down production for 6 months or 8 months, I wouldn't even knock him for that. He signed a 2-year deal, and then the country opened back up way before the end of that 2-year deal.
That's what the deal is. That's what, like he probably came to them saying lower prices, and they probably came back to them saying, we'll do it for 2 years.
No. I'm literally giving you the information right here. There's a Reuters article detailing the actual negotiation. Trump threatened them to pull military support if they didn't agree to that 2-year deal. Trump wanted the 2-year agreement. OPEC didn't even want to cut production. OPEC told him no. And he said that if you don't do this, we're not going to support you with the military. This was all Trump's idea.
See,
and so like I was trying to say, because you guys are going to let me land this plane. What I was trying to say is that Joe Biden got into office. He went to OPEC. He said, hey, gas prices are too high. We need you guys to lower the gas prices to help the American citizens. They said, nah, G, we getting that paper. We getting that money. Ain't no way. So what Joe Biden did was actually sold the oil reserves that the United States had, because yes, the United States is the largest manufacturer of oil. We are drilling, drilling way more than we ever did in history. And we are the largest producer of oil. Now, the fun fact is we can't actually refine that oil because we don't have the abilities. We don't have the refineries in the United States to actually do that, because Donald Trump okayed the selling of 16 of our refineries. But I digress. Joe Biden actually went to them and said, hey, lower the prices. They said no. So he sold off the oil reserves, which dropped the global price of the of oil, because once you flood the market with said product, you lower the actual you add to the supply so the demand is able to be met.
Yes.
And what Joe Biden actually did on some old gangster ish was went back and bought back the same amount of oil, because that OPEC had to drop their prices to meet the other prices that were going around. And so he went back and bought the same amount of oil to restock our reserves at a lower price. Joe Biden literally sold the oil, dropped the gas prices, and then replenished our reserves at a cheaper price. Boom.
Can I talk now?
Yeah, but everything was circumstantial.
Can I say something real quick?
Because that deal was
Santana?
made. Go ahead, Joe.
I just dunked on both of you at the same time.
All right,
W's in the chat for Alina.
Joe's
Alina
done,
sent
Joe's done.
W's in the chat.
What
W's
the
in the
fuck?
chat for Alina. Alina sent a $10 donation that says, for Chairman Mao says to adopt a cat. W's in the chat for Alina. We love Mao. We love Alina. W's in the chat for Antonio. Antonio sent a $5 donation, said you're going to need a drink after talking to a dumb old Italian, a idiot that's thinking getting tongue tied, thinking working at a gas station is working in gas. And while a white dude who doesn't know Trump's resume as well, these are bad as the ones that was on Doug's live earlier. Boy, they are roasting both of you.
Hey, I don't work at a gas station.
They ain't roasting me.
Lucas, do you work at a gas station?
I don't
get
work
that
at
shit
a
out of
gas
the ground, man.
Lucas, do you work at a gas station?
Lines. No, I work in the oil field. I get that shit out of the ground and put it down the line.
They are roasting both of you.
I work in healthcare.
These people are fucking stupid.
All right. What, like you guys were saying something. What are you trying to add?
No.
Well, I mean, Lucas was gonna say something because he knows more about oil than I do. What were you saying, Lucas?
Yeah. First of all, the Saudis control it.
All the
Saudis got to do is sell their gas for a penny, their oil for a penny. That's how they flood the market, and that's how gas prices.
Yeah, if they wanted to, but
because
that's not something that they're gonna do.
They do it. Joe Biden do shit. I don't know what low gas prices you're talking about, because I haven't seen low gas prices since
Trump.
For 4 years. Yeah.
What are you talking about? What do you
Gas prices? What are
quite
you
literally
talking
gas
about?
prices dropped.
Yeah,
and they
'cause Trump's
at a certain
awful.
point, no, they're up right now, slap nuts.
I buy gas every fucking day, man. I know.
Who
exactly
cares
how
about
much
your
gas is.
anecdotal evidence? I'm talking about the national average. The national average dropped under Joe Biden. It even hit pre-C19 records. It has since gone back up, but it went as low as it was while under Trump.
Yeah, you're right.
I know I'm right. I know what I'm talking about.
It went as low as it was while under Trump.
Yes. Again, I know I'm right. I understand how things work. I
Any
also
lower
know
than they were during Trump. They were as low as close as they got them.
right, because Trump screwed up gas prices. I just explained that to you. W's in the chat for Roxy. Roxy sent a $1 donation saying Mezzi is supposed to be packing his bags to go back to Peru. Why is Mezzi? Are you supposed to be going back to Peru? What is that about?
No, I was in this other chat, and I guess they're just following me now.
Yeah, I guess whatever, guys. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. And also, guys, I just want to call out that I am live right now on Twitch and YouTube as well. If you're not following me on Twitch or YouTube, make sure you follow me on both. And also follow me on Blue Sky. Follow me on all three of those. Mezzi. Lucas, do either one of you have anything to actually add? Because you two are kind of getting dominated here.
No, I mean,
kind of getting dominated.
Yeah. I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna maybe come back on live right now. I just got off work, so I'm gonna jump.
Okay, do your thing.
All right, man.
Have a good one.
You too.
for Erica, who said you still can't read. Listen, Erica, don't judge me. That seems like some ableist. I don't know what it is, but for some reason when I'm Mezzy, when I'm like live and I'm going a million miles a minute, I try to read and my mind can't keep up quick enough with my mouth and my words, and it makes it hard.
Mine's fast.
Anyway, Mezzy,
what's going on?
Substance. What substance?
Yeah, I mean the gas thing's very unfortunate. He might have probably made a bad deal at the time, you know, but we can't always make. He made that deal under the circumstances of like COVID, you know.
Yeah, but again, it was a horrible deal. But we know that it was a horrible deal. But for some reason, you guys still tout not only like that, but you like why you guys blame Joe Biden for the gas prices, and that's not how it works.
It's just the world, America, the way America sees it, you know, like. My buddy here, Joe, he's probably from like Wisconsin or something, you know, like he's not used to seeing like 10,000 illegal migrants move into his
undocumented,
town, you know? Undocumented, you know, so like that's his world he lives in, you know.
Yeah,
I'm from New York, so I'm more used to seeing like migrants, you know, me being an immigrant myself.
Are you an immigrant?
Yeah, I'm from Peru. That's why they were saying.
Oh, that's why they're saying. Oh, we're about to dig into that. Sammy, are you a Trump supporter? Sammy, are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm listening.
Are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, no problem with the man at all.
Oh, okay. He said no problem with the man at all. Sammy, what state do you live in?
I'm from the United Kingdom.
Oh,
okay. Awesome. Hey, guess what, Sammy?
Go on.
You don't go here. You don't go here. Sammy, you don't go here. That's weird.
Since 1775.
Exactly. Like, you know what? And I said this, I might not like MAGA. I might not like MAGA. I might not let Trump supporters, but I'll be damned if I let a Brit talk down on the US. I get real patriotic when it comes to the Brits. Listen, you talk about America. I get USA. Fucking you. Matter of fact, drop some USAs in the chat. Drop some USAs in the chat. I might not fuck with America as a whole, or I don't mess with MAGA, but let a Brit come for the United States, and you will see I will bleed red, white, and blue. I don't play that. Not the Brits. And beans on toast is trash.
Yeah, shit sucks. And Vegemite too. Vegemite. I don't know if you ever had that.
No. W's in the chat for Tyrone. Tyrone sent a $1 donation. Thank you so much for that $1 donation, Tyrone. You are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. Also, guys, W's in the chat for Maribel. Maribel sent a $1 donation saying for dudes are drinking orange milk. You absolutely know it. You absolutely know it. Thank you so much for that $1 donation. Mezzy, I don't get you. I don't get you. Why? Like, what is it about Trump that fascinates you? Like, why are you so? I don't get it. Why are you worshiping at the altar of Donald Trump?
I'm a New Yorker. You know,
even more of a reason. Like if you're a New Yorker, you know how crap he is.
Not really. I mean, he makes some nice casinos. Did they do well?
The ones that he bankrupt?
Did you know they might have not done well, but they were beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, he makes some beautiful buildings, and I like watching him on TV.
That's weird. That's weird. W's in the chat for that's weird. W's in the chat for Tyrone. Tyrone sent a $5 Cash App. Tyrone, thank you so much for that $5 Cash App. I'm looking here. I don't know if you were trying to say anything because I see that, but there's no message here, Tyrone. If you're trying to actually add a message, I don't see anything, my friend. But the W's in the chat for Tyrone. Thank you for that $5 donation. Hey guys, just to call out this profile right here down here below. That's my backup. Make sure you're following my backup account, guys. That is my backup account. If you're not following the backup account, make sure you're following the backup account. The reason why is the backup account is where I do my MAGA crash outs. If you don't know what my MAGA crash outs are, I go into MAGA lives and I completely crash out. The burden of proof is on MAGA. They have the political power, they have the party, and they are going to have to explain to me why I'm paying $15 for a gallon of eggs. They have to explain to me why its gas prices been high for the entire Trump administration. So if you are not following my backup account, make sure you follow my backup account, because that's where I do all of my crash outs, and it is fun. It is fun. Yes, I said $15 for a gallon of eggs. They have to explain that to me. Mezzi, why is a gallon of eggs $15?
I can't speak on that. I mean, I got chickens in the backyard, so I don't.
Mezzi, why are chickens so low and eggs so high?
Chickens are low
and eggs are high. Make it make sense, Mezzi.
I'm trying. I don't even know. Maybe I don't. Wasn't there like a bird flu thing that just happened?
Yeah, and Donald Trump has put a muzzle on the CDC and the FDA, and now they can't communicate. So if there's any type of breakout or outbreak, we're not going to be able to know.
I know we
Isn't
stopped
that
funding.
wild?
We stopped funding the World Health Organization.
Yeah, which is not a good thing. It's not. All of this is bad. It's all bad. It's all bad.
They weren't good to us during COVID. You know, they were giving us false information.
Donald Trump knew before the World Health Organization put out any information how bad C-19 was going to be. He literally knew. He literally knew. The United States of America actually puts out that information. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
I mean,
What are we
probably
talking
didn't want
about?
to create
This
a
is
panic.
absolutely insane.
You know, create a panic, create people rushing the stores, try to do his best. It was crazy times. Those were wild times living through the pandemic.
Yeah.
No toilet paper, no orange juice, no.
And you want to go back? You do you remember that? You couldn't find toilet paper to wipe your bum, but you want to go back to it, even though somebody called out Trump. Obama left a pandemic playbook in place for Trump. Literally everything that Trump needed. He left a pandemic response team and a playbook in place.
Well, I mean, I guess you could say I'm biased because those were the best.
You can definitely say, I know that you are.
Those were the best 4 years of my
W's
life.
in the chat for Tyrone. Tyrone sent another $5 donation. Say, yeah, bro, I appreciate.
In my 401. Sorry.
W's in the chat for Tyrone. Tyrone sent another $5 donation. Say, yeah, bro, I appreciate what you're doing. Thank you so much, Tyrone. I figured that you were trying to get a message across. You were far too kind, Tyrone. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, guys, we're almost at 200,000 likes. Can we get up to 200,000 likes? Also, we only have 50 of the donuts left for our daily live goal. Can we knock those 50 donuts out as well, please? Can we get up to 100,000 likes and also knock out those 50 donuts? It would be so kind and helpful. Please. Thank you, guys, if we can do that. Mezzi, I'm just going to say this. I feel like you voted against your own best interest. Oh, thank you, Alina. You voted against your own best interest. You voted against other people's best interests. I don't think that you really understand what you have done. And it seems like that you're only on board because it's like quote unquote performative of Trump, which is weird, right? It's super weird. Like you voted and you're backing someone who's harmful to everybody because you think it's entertaining.
No, not harmful to everyone. Not harmful to me. But
you're an immigrant. Yes, it's harmful to you.
No, I don't see how.
Were you born here?
I wasn't born here.
You're in danger, friend.
I'm an American citizen.
Mezzi, you are in danger. Donald Trump passed an executive order to actually end birthright citizenship. They're talking about denaturalization. You are in danger, friend.
That's what they should do. You don't know what's happening in the streets of New York. These people, these Venezuelans, these Guatemalans are coming here, having kids, flooding our school systems. They don't even speak English.
Hold on for a second, guys. $50 bounty on Mezzi. $50 bounty on Mezzi. $50. We get Mezzi up out the paint.
Oh man.
$50 bounty on Mezzi's head. $50 bounty on Mezzi's head. We get him up out the paint. Mezzi, tell me more about how immigrants are flooding the country. Go ahead.
In New York, right? Queens, New York, Junction Boulevard. I don't know if there's any New Yorkers out there, but if anyone's been to Junction Boulevard, Roosevelt Avenue, you could tell how crazy it's become. It's a small business, Hispanic small business area, but now it's flooded with prostitution, flooded with human trafficking. Everywhere you go, not only the Venezuelans, you see Chinese people just prostituting themselves in the street. You can't walk.
So you wait. So now you're calling out Venezuelans. You're calling out Chinese people. So what? So it's all the races for you, Mezzy. It's all the
Because
races.
They're all coming here and ruining our streets.
So-
It never used to be like this. It never used to be this bad.
W's in the chat from Maribel, who sent a $1 donation, said, "Why does he think that he's exempt?" I have no idea. Hey, hey, Mezzy.
Yeah.
Bye, bitch. W's in the chat for Tyrone. Tyrone said a $50 donation, said, "Get him out of here, bro." Tyrone got him up out the paint quick. I was not expecting that. He said, "Get him gone." He said, "Bye, bitch." Oh my God. That was wild. Dog Lover on Twitch said, "Yeet." He said, "You are gone." Like, no go. Cotton, are you a Trump supporter? Thank you for the money gun. What up,
no,
twin?
man, I just want to say I love your lives, man.
Oh, okay, I appreciate you. Thank you, my friend. I'm gonna drop you down. All right, guys. Listen. I know. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. I know it's a little bit early, but I think we're gonna call it. I think that's it for me for the night. But guys, one, remember, tomorrow, we are doing, we have Brunch with My Creator, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. Brunch with My Creator. Brunch with My Creator. We're gonna actually do that tomorrow, and we have our special guest, Johnny P. Johnny P is gonna be my special guest on Brunch with My Creator, where we actually sit down and have an in-depth interview with creators. And so tomorrow is Johnny P. So if you're available, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, please join me for Brunch with My Creator, where we sit down and we have an in-depth conversation with some of our favorite content creators. And then we will have Sparring with Santana again tomorrow as well. Guys, we're gonna go raid Hector. Can we get Hector's at in the can we pin Hector? There we go. Hector talks. Let's make sure we go. We're gonna go raid Hector, everybody. Everybody go over. We're gonna put a Santana raid. We're gonna raid Hector. Let's go ahead and do this outro.
Twice emotional stability, a sound body and tranquility. I deserve it all.
Listen, guys, we're gonna raid Hector. Santana raid. But more than that, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for all the taps. Thank you for all the shares. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for being who you are. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Make sure you follow me on all the socials. And make sure you go raid Hector. Hector Talk. We're going to get over there. I love you all. And as always,